Yo, yo. All right, so today I just say, let's throw up a live stream today. Go ahead and get that out on Instagram real quick, and then we will get started. So let me go ahead do that really quick. Boom. We go to live. Where we at? Boom. Boom. Take a picture of that. Then take a picture of the Twitch. Boom. Let me take a picture. Oh, save. Boom. Save draft. Mm-hmm. 1 second, guys. Be a man. Share my links. Boom. Boom. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. So today, think about going through the commander's past, our present, and future. The rise and downfall and resurgence of the Washington franchise. So we know during the Snyder era, we were absolutely terrible. I'm talking seasons of depression, anxiety, seasons of lifelong hurt. But first, let's go back into the glorious past of Joe Gibbs, one of the best coaches in NFL history. So let's dive right in. So our historic past. Our historic past. Let me edit. Let me get this on the screen properly. First, that way we can do something. So boom. Alright. So diving into our era. We were founded in 1932 as the Boston Braves. So his and our own owner was George Preston Marshall, and we were the Boston Braves that first became the Boston Redskins. Moved to DC in 1937, then became the Washington Redskins. We were led by Sammy Baugh, and Sammy Baugh was a good quarterback in his day. He was, I think he played both sides of the ball too. So, hey, so we our early championship in 1942, defeating the Bears. We know we won. We did win another NFL championship. I'm not sure. what year, but it was before. But it was before 1942. So in the year of Joe Gibbs, one of the greatest coaches in NFL history, he took over George Allen, who was our coach in the 1970s. Didn't even know that. Wow, and he built that powerhouse under Joe Gibbs. Okay. And Joe Gibbs, led us to three Super Bowl wins in 1988, 1983, and 1992. He also had three different starting quarterbacks. And we then known as the Hawks during that Super Bowl run. We were the most dominant team in that span. We were unstoppable. Our defense was good. Our offense was lighting it up. Our history of being a foreign franchise is awesome. It was great in that year. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember those years. We were good and we were dominating teams back in the 90s, back in the 80s, winning, not struggling. But I know a lot of y'all also remember the Daniel Snyder era where we were losing a whole bunch of games, losing these close games, getting the wrong coaches fired, hiring the wrong coaches, wrong quarterbacks, whole bunch of chaos, a whole bunch of controversy. It was chaos. So let's see. So let's go here, actually. So we started off as the Redskins. Screen. Thank you. So we won Super Bowls in 92, 88, 83. So we won our first championship in 1937 and 1942. So that was 5 years after. And started at Griffith Stadium and it was named DC Stadium, then RFK Stadium, then Jack Kent Cooke Stadium. In 1997, that's when we moved to Landover, Maryland, the site we're at now. And then now it was FedEx. Now it's Northwest Stadium, they're formerly known as FedEx Field. In Boston, we started at Fenway and Braves Field. And then this is the history of the ownership. George Preston Marshall was your owner back in 1932 through 1969. He lived 37. Oh, wow. He had 37 years. Okay. Then we had Edward Bennett Williams, Jack Kent Cooke, and Edward Bennett Williams shared the ownership in 1974 and 85. Jack Kent Cooke was the owner in 85 through 97, and Jack Kent Cooke was the owner through 97 to 99, and then we know this guy who I'm not going to name was the owner for 25 years. Heartache, misery, and pain. In 1982, we won the Super Bowl, defeating the Dolphins by a score of 27 to 17. Riggins was named Super Bowl MVP. I remember hearing about this. Man, I want to go back to these days, the glory days of our history. We're dominating teams where we were doing great. We had the defense and the offense to be great, and I love it. I loved it. I want to get back to that. I want us in those conversations again. I need to know conversations where we were dominating. We're dominant. Man, it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see. So, uh, Joe Gibbs was a good owner, and all Jack Kent Cook wanted was to say, "Hey, go win my championship. Go get my championship. I don't want anything to do with the football side of this. I want to win my championship. I want to win." That's how we end and we also had good coaches back then. If you know our coaching history, let's see. Commanders coaching history. I don't think we've ever had a young coach in our league. Coaching history. So our coaching history. So let's see. In 1932, Lud Ray was the head coach. Lone Star Dietz was the other head coach. There was Eddie Casey, probably the interim head coach. Ray Flasherty was our head coach in 36 to 42. Dutch Bergman, 1943. Dudley DeGroot, 1944 to 45. Turk Edwards from 46 to 48. And it was John Wetchell, 1949. Herman Ball, probably the assistant head coach. The top, 1951. Curly Lambeau, 1952 to 53. Joe Kuharich from 1954 to 1950. Mike Nixon from 1959 to 1960. Bill McPeak, 1961 to 1965. Otto Graham was our head coach. Really? From 66 to 68. Okay. I did not know that. Vin Lombardi in 1969. Bill Austin in 1970. George Allen from 71 to 77. Jack Party from 1978 to 1980. And we know this guy right here, Joe Gibbs from 1981 to 1992 during our Super Bowl runs. We had Richie Petitbon in 1993. Norv Turner was the head coach in 94 to 2000. We know his son Scott Turner was not good in DC. Terry Robinson in 2000. Marty Schottenheimer in his lone year with the Washington Redskins. And this is because he started winning and he didn't agree with Daniel Snyder's um, involvement in football operations. And that's why he ended up getting fired because he would lead us to winning. He led us to a winning season. This is why he ended up getting fired because he wanted to win. He wanted to build talent. He wanted this. He disagreed with Dan Snyder. So Steve Spurrier, I remember his name. Joe Gibbs came back from 2004 to 2007. Jim Zorn from 2008 to 2009. I heard he wasn't good. Mike Shanahan, we are the sole reason he is not in the Hall of Fame. We are the sole reason because RG3, I don't want to dive into that. 2010 to 2013, Jay Gruden wasn't a bad head coach, but he wasn't a great leader. He was our head coach from 2014 to 2019. Then he got fired. Then we had Bill Callahan as our interim head coach. And then we had Ronald Eugene Rivera, who was our coach from 2020 to 2023. And now, the final coach for now in Washington's history, Dan Quinn. Daniel Quinn. So that's the history of coaches there. So we had pretty decent coaches, except most of them, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. We didn't have great coaches. We've had a few good coaches here and there. We had one go 500, but it's fine with me. That's fine with me. So, but let's move to the era where we did not like the Daniel Snyder era. Oh, the Daniel Snyder era, man. What can I tell you, boy? He was the worst owner that I have ever experienced in my lifetime of being a Washington Commander Redskins football team fan. Allegations on top of allegations, uh, misdemeanor in the workplace, all of these things against him. You not doing inappropriate things like He was not a good owner. Every time a coach would disagree with him, he would fire. Every time a coach would start to win, he would fire. He's not a good owner. Daniel freaking Snyder, man. Man, oh man. As much as I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna have to talk about this because this era was sad. He was the one who forced the Mike Shanahan group to draft RG3, and they didn't even want him. They wanted Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was probably more developed as a quarterback than he was. RG3, yes, he had the most talent and potential, but as you see, it didn't work out. He got in his own way. RG3 got in his own way. And Dan Snyder didn't want to get rid of that issue. So what did they do? They ended up releasing RG3 and forcing him out of Washington. Like, I don't like this guy. The Daniel Snyder era. So this dude right here purchased the team at 34, then known as the Redskins. The high hopes were fading because the firing, the hiring of Marty Schottenheimer and Joe Gibbs, in which we struggled to find consistent winning. We were struggling on the field for 24 seasons. And this record shows it. We were 164 and 222 under Dan Snyder. Man, we reached the playoffs in only 6 times, and we only got 2 wins under his ownership. He was unstable as an owner. We had 10 different head coaches and 27 different starting quarterbacks. You know how bad do you? Oh my god. We had 27 different starting quarterbacks. 27. And in 2020, we know what happened there. We had to change our name to the Washington football team after Dan Snyder said, "No, we will never change the name. We are going to keep the Washington Redskins. We are going to keep the Redskins." Well, maybe you should have thought of that before you gave up your rights to sell the team because they made you because FedEx made you do it because of the money. If they didn't pull out, you would have never had to change the name. You wanted to keep Redskins, but they pulled out because you didn't want to change the name, sir. That's your fault. And in many, 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 many investigations, he had a congressional investigation, an independent investigation, and legal probes to uncover a toxic work environment. And yeah, those harassments. And he had financial improprieties. So he was withholding money from the league and not paying the staff correctly. Insane. He was obviously pressured to sell the team in 2023 due to all these investigations and due to all the rumors around him. And then in July 20th, 2023, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Josh Harris bought the team and we celebrated. Man, what a time, what a time, what a time, boy. I'm telling you. Let's dive right in to the Josh Harris era. why am I? Because of that. And this. Okay. So, Josh Harris buys the team in 2023. He was already the owner of the 76ers and the New Jersey Devils. And now he owns the Washington Commanders, purchased in July of 2023 for 6.05 billion, the most ever in that time until the Seattle Seahawks got purchased this year for 9.6 billion or whatever. So, his background, he owns, and oh wow, he has a business background too. Okay. So, obviously he's rich. He owns multiple sports franchises. He has his own group, the Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment Group, which he leads along with all other his partners. This era has been so great. There's been no allegations, no controversies, no off the field issues. It's been great under Josh Harris. Everything Josh Harris has done has been fantastic. It has been amazing. He turned this culture upside down, and he turned the culture upside down. The Josh Harris era in Washington has been one of the best eras, and we're just getting started, folks. We're just getting started. So, like I mentioned, purchased in July 2023. He changed the leadership and culture of this team by hiring a GM in Adam Frederick Peters and Dan Quinn. Those two guys instill a disciplinary football player first culture. The roster transformed in 2024 when we drafted the star quarterback, the number 2 pick in the 2024 NFL draft. One of them ones, Jaden Daniels out of LSU. And he stadium upgrades and fan upgrades. He has been overhauling this ever since he purchased the team. Ever since he purchased the team, he has been overhauling little things in Northwest Stadium, uh, adding stuff to the practice facility in Virginia, adding good things to make the fan experience better for us, and having structure, a real front office, real grown men running the show. He is great. And you want to know what he did this year that I loved? Got rid of the Cranberry Commanders, and he brought back the Super Bowl era look to the classic element, the gold pants, the actual burgundy and gold. Man, dude, I just love it. I Josh Harris has hit on every single point so far in his ownership. Upgrading the fan experience, upgrading the stadium, bringing back the old look. He's just been doing everything right. He's gonna get us a new stadium. We couldn't get that under Daniel Snyder. He's even gonna get us a new stadium. We are embracing our past, looking forward to the future. I want our historic past back. I want the feeling of us holding a championship trophy in the air. We need it. This franchise is starving. The fan base is starving to bring back a winner. We've been through so much hurt, so much pain for 24 years. under Daniel Snyder. We're tired of that. We want to win. And I believe it'll happen with this group. Guys, this group has hit on every single point. Man, I love it. I want to bring the glorious past to the Harris Hope. Man, I just love everything we're doing. It's fantastic, man. I hope that we can restore our former glory. Like, I really do. We need to go back to the former glory that we once had. Three-time Super Bowl champions, 4-time world champion, 5-time world champions. I want that glory back, and I really want to win games. Like, do you know how much 2024 meant to me as a fan? The best season of my lifetime, besides the 2012 10-6 season. Our lives as fans has been miserable, wrecked by the past of Daniel Snyder. But the glory of the past with Joe Gibbs has been amazing. We need to bring the glory of the Joe Gibbs era back. Start winning again. Start winning and we will be happy. We just want to be happy as a franchise, guys. That's it. That's all we're asking for. We just want to be happy. We want to get rid of the pain and the stench of Daniel Snyder forever. The only way we can get rid of that stench is if we win. Is if we get back-to-back winning seasons. And it is if we can hoist a trophy once again. And I believe that this Josh Harris group is going to help to do that. They want to win just as bad as these players. They want to win just as bad as Dan Quinn wants to win. They want to build a winner just like Adam Peters wants to build a winner. This whole culture agrees with winning. The culture has been shifted from this terrible organization under Daniel Snyder and Bruce Allen and all these other GMs and coaches we fired and hired over the past year. All these different quarterbacks we've had, all these different head coaches we've had, all these GMs we've had. It's been so long. I've never experienced hope like I've experienced in 2024. I am just nipping at the bud to win and the opportunity to see my team go to a Super Bowl. That's all I want. Just go. Heck, I'd be happy if we just go. But you know what would be even sweeter? Is if we win it. Because I have a feeling that this franchise will eventually win a Super Bowl again. In time, guys, in time. This is the moment we've been praying for. This is the moment we've been waiting for our entire lives as fans. And I'm grateful we have ownership that understands our pain, that understands that they need to win, that understands they need to win the culture back, They need to win the fan base back. We have a group that understands weaving the past into the present. You're getting the old look with a modern uniform with the arrow. You're getting the look of the stadium, the look back. And when this new stadium comes around, the future will have been established. We will have been established as a franchise that is no longer looked down on, that is no longer made fun of. We are going to be one of the best franchises again. We were one of the well run franchises back with Joe Gibbs. We are once again back at that point, guys. No scandals, no nothing out of Washington. The only thing you're hearing out of Washington is the moves we make. Is Jaden Daniels going to bounce back in 2026? Is this group going to be able to help this team win in 2026? That is all you're hearing. You're not hearing any controversy outside of this team. You're not hearing anything. All you're hearing is this culture's good. Nothing but silence outside of this organization, which is a good thing. Guys, I'm ready to bring back the former glory, and I hope y'all are too. What a time to be alive in 2026 when the former owner is no longer here, and we thought we had him for life. Isn't it amazing, y'all, that we have ownership that understands what they're doing? Man, I love this franchise and I love this team, and I want us to prove it that we're back. I want to prove it this year that we are back. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you guys next time. Hey, let's go bring this glory back to DC. And as always, hail to our beloved Washington Commanders. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Small Talk. Peace.